I wanted to talk about a potential partner for me in life. I follow your work and I'm happy a lot of the time. And I'm very excited, so much that I want to cry.
There's over there.
I know. About my partner that I speak to, I feel him, and years seem to pass, and I don't know why I'm not meeting him.
This is the piece that fills that gap. We've talked about it a couple of times already, but you're going to hear it in a more powerful way right now. When you think of creation, you think of not having it and then having it. We're demonstrating the seeds in the ground and the becoming, and the stalk coming up, and then the manifestation of it. In other words, it's like that. Most humans want to go from here right to over there. And we want you to consider the satisfaction factor in enjoying the becoming, enjoying the collecting of the data, the clarifying to yourself. Because if you need a manifestation before you really let yourself feel good, then most of the time you're not going to feel so good. And everything that you're wanting to attract is going to slow way down. When you say to us that you can make it feel real, that's good. When you're feeling satisfaction, even without being able to take hold of the hand and drag him into the bedroom, even before that, if you're feeling good, then it's unfolding in a way that you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when you see it.
Yeah, and I feel good a lot of the time. Like it's a state of being. And
think about
I feel like years are going past. Like it feels like 15 years has gone past.
So just ask yourself, what is that stance doing to the unfolding? That stance did not feel good. Might be accurate. Might have been 15 years. But when you focus like that, that's a vibrational stance that holds apart from you what you want. It's that taking score. I want this, but since you're taking score of this and it hasn't happened yet, then this doesn't keep moving along. So watch us. We'll tell you where your relationship is. You're not starting over. You laid all the tracks down. Just cool your jets. Stop taking score and saying, not yet. It will not retreat like that. That was dramatically incorrect.
And when I focus on other things, which I do,
Esther's favorite thing is her hairdresser in San Diego. For years, she'd say, Esther, I want a boyfriend. Help me find a boyfriend. You know a lot of people. You know me. Get me a boyfriend. And Esther would say, Dorothy, that's not how it works. And she'd say, every time, at least once a month, this is the conversation that they would have. And then one day, Dorothy said, I met someone. And 10 years later, still with that magnificent someone. The thing that Esther likes so much about that is that all that time that Dorothy was conveying absence of what she wanted, she was moving toward what she wanted and didn't know it. So she wasn't letting herself feel the satisfaction of it, and that's what slowed it down so long. The law of attraction is either real or it isn't, and we promise you it is real. It is responding to the way you are presenting yourself in every segment. So you just got to know, a lot of your segments are like you just demonstrated. It's been 15 years. That's not a helpful mood to step into the next segment with.
And I don't think about that very often at all.
Well, we get how when you're talking with us that you might be putting a finer point on things. But talking about what hasn't happened yet, or even noticing that it hasn't happened yet, when you fill up your life experience with things that you're really enjoying, this is really the message of this day, of every day that we have with every crowd. But this is the thing that we really want you to hear. When you ask, it is a done deal in your vortex. And you don't know that and often don't believe it because it's been 15 damn years. But it's hard to believe it because the facts or the evidence sort of defy what we're saying, that it is real and that it exists, unless you will accept that you're vibrational and that your vibration hasn't caught up with your desire, which means your belief. Our friend earlier articulated it. We hope all of you get the recording, listen to the recordings that you're going to have access to, and listen to her magnificent words as she was describing that. This vibrational becoming is not just real. It is so pleasurable to be a conscious part of the unfolding of it. I would say, well, I'll believe that when I see it. And we say, well, you'll see it when you believe it. Wayne Dyer coined that phrase. You'll see it when you believe it. Well, blah, 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 Abraham. The F word applies here. Blah, 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 Abraham. And we say, but really, we see it in your vortex. You put it there. It's real. It's grown. It's gathered momentum. The cooperative components are all gathered. Many of the rendezvous are all lined up. But your feeling of not having it yet won't let you rendezvous. Because the feeling of not having it can be seen and heard and smelled and tasted and touched. And we get it. Why wouldn't your physical senses be more dominant when they are such a poignant part of your life? But what about making your emotional sense more dominant? What about feeling it even when it hasn't happened yet, and really milking the feeling of it, either by seeing others that look like they're living some of what you want to live, or by even remembering some of it if you felt it before, but mostly by trying to find the feeling place of what that is. Let's rampage there. So, speaking from your perspective, from your human perspective, I like knowing that I have an inner being. I like that. That's fine. I do believe it. There's lots of evidence that lets me know that I'm guided. I have a lot of creativity that flows through me, so I know I've got that going on. But there are physical things that I want, and there's something about moving through life or a day or a meal with someone that I'm really in harmony with, where we can reflect back and forth to each other, visceral appreciation. There's something so delicious about that manifestation that I cannot get my mind off of it. I so love being with someone who gets me and likes me and doesn't need to change me. And I so like being with someone who I like and adore and don't need to change. I love the notion, and I so am ravenous for the experience of us evolving together, witnessing each other's expansion, not controlling it, not being responsible for it, just getting to witness it. I so love my own expansion, and I like seeing expansion of others, but coming together in a co-creative relationship where so much of what we each want is part of each other's expansion, so that it dovetails together. We're so much a part of each other because together we put things into the vortex. And I know for sure that he's out there somewhere putting things into the vortex, and I'm out here somewhere putting things into the vortex, and that our inner beings have already matched us up. I know that it's already happening. I believe that our relationship is already in the state of becoming, that it's already evolving, and I believe that both of us will know it when we see it. And I'm eager about that moment in time. But in the meantime, I take great satisfaction in understanding the laws of the universe and understanding my inner beings and his conspiring for us to get together in this magnificent experience. I believe that as I lay down tracks, and so does he, about how I want to feel in this relationship, and as I've laid down tracks about how I want it to look and how I want it to seem and how we want to live, all of the things that you are exploring in your life experience is all part of the relationship that you are in the process of creating. And same for the other. And your inner being knows it and has nailed it and has got it lined up. You've just got to believe that, because you can't create that with your human mind. You cannot do it. You cannot see it or hear it or smell it or taste it or touch it into being at this part. It is in motion. You've got to let your inner being handle it, and you've got to believe in your worthiness to receive this magnificent thing that you've already set into motion. You got to stop feeling the lack of something that is so real and on its way to you. It is so real and on its way to you that it cannot avoid you, but it can slow down, and there's no reason for that. Because as you said, it's been 15 years. But during that 15 years, you have refined it. You have perfected it. You have amended your desires. It is richer and realer and more. And it's ready for you. The cooperative components have already been gathered. You just got to make yourself a more often cooperative component to your own desire. We've enjoyed this interaction more than any that has come before.